Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to make a quick video to talk about where we've been and where we're headed in this class. I know it kind of looks like a prison mugshot with the plain white background, but I'm nestled up here in London 117, and I just wanted to have a quick moment to talk to you. So what you've done so far really is think about your resume and your cover letter and how to make those documents really tailored to the needs of your audience. And one of the reasons I like to teach the resume and cover letter is because they really represent the ultimate form of writing. You're taking your whole career, your whole professional and personal profile, and you're trying to condense that into a page. And you have to be persuasive and useful, which our first chapter in our textbook talks about. And I think that's really an important exercise for us. We really need to think about how we can meet our readers' needs, how we can answer their questions, how we can anticipate their concerns, how we sort of navigate their very unique sets of expectations. Because one employer is different than another employer is different than another employer. And to be sensitive to all of that and to craft documents that meet all of those demands is really taxing. And if you can do that, and you can do that well, there are very few documents that you can't produce. So we're going to start to switch gears here, and I've given you a little bit of an extension on your resume and cover letter, partly because I really think those documents are so important. And I think it's important for you to spend time with them and to think carefully about how they're constructed and what they look like. So I hope you use that extra time to really push your drafts forward and to take my feedback to heart. If you want additional feedback, please loop me into the process, and I'll be sure to get back to you within a 24-hour time frame. If you've already sent me a third or fourth draft of your documents, I'll be working on getting those back to you in the next day or so. But really, I look forward to seeing where you've taken those documents, how you've improved them, and I know that it's really important and that it pays dividends. One of the interesting things about being in a line worker program or any trades program here is that you have people that really want to hire you. You have a very specific set of important skills, and you need to find a way to advertise those. And speaking of advertising, what I want to start to shift our focus to now is writing about technical objects and things. As people who work in trades and technical capacities, we work with specialized equipment and tools and resources all the time. And we have to be able to communicate those things to a variety of audiences. You probably use all sorts of things that the average person doesn't know about. And as you interact with fellow technicians, but also, more importantly, as you interact with the general public in terms of clients and customers, you need to be able to break that information down in ways that are useful to them. So what I'm going to ask you to do in our next unit here is to write about an object, a tool, a product, something that you use on a day-to-day basis, or something that you have a lot of interaction with. I know that some of you are writing about things like drills and things like that. And what I want us to focus on is working with that information in practical and useful ways that meet the needs of a particular audience. We're going to do that in two ways. The first that you'll work on this week is a sales flyer, and that's where you're trying to highlight the specifications and functions of your tool in a way that makes sense to people who are interested in buying them. Okay, and so your goal is really to sell something, to persuade somebody in a very short document. Sales flyers are not text rich; they don't have a lot of text. But they use their real estate very efficiently and very judiciously to sell a product. So you'll want to really focus on how the specifications sell themselves to the reader. And then after we do that, and after we really think about how to lay the page out and how to design pages in ways that are provocative and useful and intuitive, then we're going to shift our focus to evaluative writing. And this is a little bit more of a challenge. And I really wanted you to have some time to let the technical review you read marinate, because you will have to review your product. And that's not as easy as it sounds. I really want you to be critical, and I want you to think about how all of the parts and pieces and functions of that product and the specifications of that product result in a particular experience for the user. And I want you to write to an audience of people who want to know more about the product. And in this case, you're not necessarily selling it, so it doesn't have to be all positive. You can take a critical approach, a comparative approach. You can compare it to other products. You can talk about your own experiences using it. But the key, again, is to not use jargon, is to not get bogged down in technical details, but rather to tie those details to the ways that people will actually use and experience the product. And so both of those will be experiences in writing what are called technical descriptions, really. And technical descriptions at their best are documents that help a reader better understand something that's very technical. There's so many different ways we could talk about something as simple as a drill, right? We could talk about its power source, its chuck mechanism, its torque output, its appropriate uses, all sorts of different things, the size of the electrical motor that's inside of it. All of these things have varying levels of importance depending on the purpose of the document that you're writing. So on the sales flyer, you're going to pay really close attention to the things that are persuasive. The things that, it could be the cost, right? It could be the battery life, the things that really matter to the user. And you're going to highlight those things, the benefits of buying that particular product. And then in your review, which we'll really work on in week number 6, that's where you have a chance to be really evaluative. That's where you have a chance to compare it to other products. And so I hope you have fun with these assignments. And I think you'll see that there are some really important lessons baked into them, and they represent a really practical type of writing, because being able to evaluate something, to recommend something, is really important. There'll be times when you're working for an organization and you have to make the case to somebody that they should buy something, and you have to be able to really think about why that product is better than other products. You have to think about why that resource provides an asset to the company. And so I look forward to seeing how that works. The most important thing this semester is that you know that I'm here to be a resource for you. Only a few of you have really reached out to me as a resource. In an online course like this, it's really important that you're proactive and that you seek me out as a resource, because I am here to help you. And you can call or text, you can email me, however you need me to help you. I'm more than willing to. So that's sort of what we're up to, and I hope that you continue to work on your resume and cover letter. And I hope that you spend some real time thinking about how to craft a sales flyer that will grab your readers' attention, that will give them the important information about your product really quickly. And then, like I said, next week we'll really move into the review. So take care. I hope you guys are enjoying the really good weather out there, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Thanks.